quickly wanted to touch on Amapiano being its own genre. We came in here probably like a month or two ago, and we talked
Mm,
about how some people in South Africa did not like that other people playing Amapiano outside of like Africa were speeding up the BPM and stuff like that because they said they felt like it was taking away from the genre per se. We don't have to recap on that, but the girl who posted that, she does a lot of commentary about culture, arts, and colonialism and stuff like that. And so
mm.
I had sent you some screenshots she had posted a video essentially saying that subjecting Amapiano to being a subgenre of house is allows I feel like the social justice warriors get to this word game where it's like we're not really being productive. So part of me felt like she was saying that Amapiano being a subgenre of house westernizes the genre and allows them to take advantage of it and take responsibility for it. Because and her perception is house is now viewed to be a white genre.
True. That's true.
House is now viewed to be a white genre. And so calling Amapiano a subgenre of that thing, when it gets big enough and we start seeing like Katy Perry and Ariana Grande on Beats, people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is," you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand her perspective. I would like to know what you think, and then I'll tell you what I think. I understand her perspective, but I don't all the way agree. I'll say that.
Now that you gave me that context of her saying it's reducing it, I mean, I guess I can see what she's saying because I guess when you I don't know. I feel like most things are derivatives when it comes to music. There's obviously core of what things are and where they come from. I feel like I would make, and maybe that's just me, I would make Amapiano to me, from what I've heard, it's more of a blend of Afro beats and house. Like, I feel like that's really what the feeling I've always got from it. And I feel like if we could sit here and not reduce down, but add in subgenres of rap, it's a type of house music. There's techno house, there's different types of house, there's a bunch of different types of these different types of music. So I don't feel like, I don't know if it's reducing it, but maybe I'm not the most educated to be able to say that.
It's a good perspective. I guess for me, I've always said the genre is determined by the beat pattern and the production.
Right.
I feel like that takes away all the mumbo jumbo and the ideological capture that that comes with, oh, we did this, we did that. And while I understand her perspective, I think that gives, how do I say this? The I guess the most popular point of view on something doesn't isn't always the right point of view. And
Right.
the people who really know the correct point of view don't acknowledge the incorrect point of view, even if it's wrong, or they'll just say it's wrong.
Right.
So I think saying Amapiano is its own genre does a couple of things. One, Amapiano is a derivative of another type of South African house, right? Like it didn't go from American house to Amapiano. It was American and UK house, and then it was Kwaito, which was like the first type of house in South Africa that was like native to the area, and had how they differentiated it. They slowed down the BPM, so the
Mm,
BPM is around 120 for regular house. They slowed it down to 111 to 114 around there. Kwaito, that was like the 2000s and the early 2010s, and then Amapiano came from that. So to
right.
separate Amapiano, not only does it separate it from like Black American house from Chicago, it separates it from Kwaito, which was super important in South Africa. That was their resistance music. Like it was like hip hop mixed with house. There was a lot of songs like based around like resistance, Mandela, that type of thing. So I feel like one, you're doing yourself a disservice there, and two, just because I guess the masses look at house as a white genre doesn't mean that Black people look at house as a white genre.
Yeah, but I could see how she could have that argument because you could say the same thing about rock. You could say the same thing about blues. You could say like I could okay. I don't know.
My
Maybe
opinion,
I'm
but
on her side.
my opinion for those is the same. Just because the public perception, because in these Western markets, they have a bigger population, so they view
Yeah.
it that way. I black people, at least black people who are being somewhat aware of the situation, are not calling rock or the blues or jazz white genres, even if white people
Right.
are doing it now. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't think just because they're saying, to me, I guess where the problem is that this type of fodder or like separation from like the genre or whatever, it makes us looks it makes us look solely Western.
Yeah.
Like us as Black Americans. It's not only them separating from the West, it's them separating from us too.
Yeah. But I feel
I,
like that's been a thing. They've been doing that. Like, I
yeah,
don't think.
and I mean that's real, but I reject I whether or not they acknowledge that we are connected, I
Mhm.
reject the claim that we're not.
Yeah.
So
So do I.
all my opinions are going to stem from that. So while I understand her perspective, and she did acknowledge that house started in Chicago from Black people.
Right.
I reject the notion that just because white people now do it, they can't be connected to it anymore. It's like when I was talking about how Fela Kuti was influenced by Americans before he made
Right.
Afrobeat. They reject that notion because they don't want to be connected to us. I disagree.
Yeah. Diaspora wars just need to stop. That's all it is. It's always the
Yeah,
diaspora
yeah.
wars.
Whenever they try and war us up or divide us, I'm like, hey, nah, I
Yeah.
can't do it. Can't do it.